Welcome to the Think to Freedom podcast, where we inspire individuals to use their minds to achieve greatness. We sit down with other entrepreneurs and professionals to give insight on business and personal development. This podcast is sponsored by Red Barn Cajun Crawfish. Red Barn is home to the best tasting seafood, specializing in crawfish, shrimp, and crab. Feel free to visit us online at www.redbarncajun.crawfish.com. Red Barn, we season the meat you eat, not the shells you throw at your feet. Yes! Now here's your host,
y'all heard?
Darius Spells.
Welcome to the Think to Freedom podcast. Yours truly, Darius Spells, in the building with you today. And today is a special day, y'all. Got my brother, Mr. Brandon Jones, in the building today.
What's happening?
Hey, if you don't know who Brandon is, man, he done tatted up many of people that's walking around this earth right now. What's going on, Brandon? What's going on,
Can't
brother?
call it, man. What's up with you?
Man, first off, I appreciate you for tapping in, man.
I man, appreciate you for having me.
Coming on to the podcast, 'cause you don't do a lot of talking, bro.
No, I don't.
But sometimes we got to pop out.
Yeah. I want people want to be behind the scenes, but you know, every now and then you gotta wave your hand like this. Yeah.
It's me.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah.
You see my work.
That's it.
'Cause that's what it is about, showing the work.
Yeah.
A lot of people like to talk.
That's really what I would love to do. Just whatever I produce, whatever I, put my hands on, that's me. Like,
Yeah.
Don't even see me. Just see that. Know that's me.
Yeah.
It's one of the things I used to pride myself on when people used to come to my tattoo shop. Like I built the name, right?
Uh-huh.
So people would come for the name. And I'm like, they don't know me. So people that work for me, especially in the beginning, I say anybody can be Brandon when they walk through the door.
Yeah.
And they would come in, I'm looking for Brandon. And I would turn around, go touch somebody, say, hey, go get them. And they would get a whole tattoo, be satisfied with it. And at the end, I'd walk over and look over and say, man, it looks good. And I put my hand out and say, hey, look, I'm Brandon. Nice to meet you.
Man, that's crazy.
Oh, you're not, I thought you were, oh, you happy? You happy with your tattoo? Well, hey, come back and see us. You know what I mean?
Come back.
So, yeah, I built the name. That's all it was about.
So, Brandon, before we jump all the way into it, man, you got some good stuff to share.
Yeah.
For the people who do not know you, please tell them who you are and what you do, brother.
That's a good question. No, but I'm Brandon Jones, man. I'm just tattoo artist, man, hustler. You know what I'm saying? Been at it for a long time now. I can't even say a little while no more. I mean, it's been a long time. I had my own studio for 15 years, but started 11, 12 years old tattooing. Met up with a few people in the city, man. We got things popping. I work with some people you may or may not know, and just branched out and did my own thing from there. You know what I mean? That's pretty much it. I'm a father. You know what I'm saying? I got a father of 4. My oldest 21. You know what I'm saying? My baby girl is 4 years old. I got a 14-year-old, a 7-year-old. My son Brandon Jr., he's 14 years old. So that's just it, man. A loving husband. I finally got that figured out. You know what I'm saying? So other than that, man, that's just it, man. Still finding my way like most people, but as far as things that I've accomplished, man, like I got a good hold on some information as far as how to lay things out and how to make stuff work for you, without you trying to make every dollar on your own. 'Cause I literally tried to make every dollar with these hands, and it ain't for me no more.
Man, that's real.
Yeah.
So what inspired you to even jump into tattooing?
I told this story a million times. Man, I came home from school one day. I was still at Broadmoor Middle School. And my older brother was doing a tattoo on a guy. I can't remember his name, but his last name was Craig. He was doing a tattoo on him. I was like, man, let me do it. And he told me no. He said, no, get your ass on. And from there, I'm like, you can't tell me no when I want something.
Yeah. And
I made me a machine and started tattooing from there. And I ain't never stopped. So
at 11, 12 years old.
Yeah, I've never stopped. Man. Yeah. So that's just what it is. Made a determination at a very early age, and a little bit of curiousness, of course. But once I got it in my hand, I was determined. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So,
man, I don't really know too much about the tattoo industry.
Yeah.
So you got to really put me on game, man. So when you started tattooing years ago, how was the lay of the land? like with black tattoo artists in general, just the whole industry of the tattoo game?
Oh man, you had your way. Like the lay of the land back then, it wasn't as many. It wasn't as saturated.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So when I got started, man, it was only me and a handful of other people that was doing tattoos in Shreveport that I knew of. And once we, made it, what it is, you know what I'm saying? It was abundant, to be honest with you. Like I was making so much money, I was scared. I thought I was doing something illegal.
Really?
That's how much money I was making. Yeah.
Man.
No lie. I mean, it was times I would go home and be like, man, it's not gonna go right tonight. You know what I mean? I would drive around and around before I went home. I would go to different places to make sure nobody followed me. It was scary. That's how much money was being made in tattooing.
What years was this?
If I'm doing the math right, man, we thinking like 04, 05, 06. Oh, prime time.
Man, the city was lit.
Yes,
that time.
Yeah, you gotta think about it, man. Jesus had just came out with that album. I can't remember the name of the album.
When Trap or Die was?
Trap or Die. That's what it was. Trap or Die.
Trap or Die.
I mean, bro, that album, pretty much that whole album was my life. Like from the beginning to the end.
The whole CD.
Remember the one he got where he say, "Stop by my baby mama house." Remember he said,
Mm-hmm.
"Excuse me, officer, stop by my baby mama house." You know what I'm saying? Everything. Like it was the soundtrack to my life, if you put it like that. Straight hustling. It was hustling. That's all I knew.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people don't know this, man. I didn't graduate high school.
Really?
Yes. I don't have a GED. None of that. I'm just straight out here on the muscle, getting it.
Man, so
Yeah.
that's crazy. I just learned. I didn't know that. So
Yeah.
during high school, when you dropped out or didn't go, however it played, what played that factor in you like jumping out the porch like, I'm just gonna use my hands and it is what it is. I'm out here.
To be honest with you, man, and I'm gonna say this for all the other me's out there, it was somebody believing in me, because I ain't believing myself. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, I just got out there, I was doing whatever, hustling. People would see potential in me, And I'm like, I hear you, you know what I'm saying? But when you don't have those markers for yourself, like I graduated, or I got that, you know what I mean? You really lack belief in yourself. You know what I mean? I'm determined, but to say that I'm gonna make a living doing tattoos, I didn't see it. So. Man, that's what it was. Yeah,
that's a blessing, bro.
Yeah, indeed, extremely blessed.
So that mean really, there's no excuses.
No. Listen, I could say that, right? But I meet people in worse situations. I got a cat named Corey out there in Dallas. He got the first tattoo school in Dallas, Texas. It's called Pop Culture. It's Dreams Fulfilled Tattoo School, but it got Pop Culture is the name of the tattoo studio. It's in downtown Dallas, on North Irving. But this cat here came to me, man. We end up, clicking up, doing some working together. And I check in on him, and he wasn't answering. I'm like, people get busy, and come to find out he had cancer. You know what I'm saying? And I watch him go from having cancer, you know what I'm saying, going into remission, and launching a tattoo school. We was just talking about it. So if he did that, I ain't got no excuses. So it's the same thing you said. Like, you look at people all the time. It's like, what's the excuse? Excuses don't really exist. It's if you tell an excuse and you believe it enough, right? Or you take it and say, okay, that's my excuse. You have to believe in the excuse for it to be one.
Gotcha.
So no excuses.
Man, so in the tattoo industry, in your particular field, who's like some individuals that played a major part in your art?
Played a major part in my art. I'll be honest, man. Like, I can't even put my finger on a particular person. If you ask people about me, they'll tell you, man, I'm more of a sponge. I can soak up and emulate whatever I see. Mm-hmm. I work with some great people. I worked with a cat named Jonathan Clinton for a little while. Yeah. I worked with a cat named Raphael Coleman over at Iron Horse. And shout out to them cats, man. Worked with a lot of people in the industry, man. But to say who played a part on my creative process or however I draw or do tattoos, I can't even say a person. You know,
just a sponge of everything.
Yeah,
whatever your environment, however you're feeling, you just rolling with the punch.
I soak it up. Yeah, so that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, I'm more of a production person. Like, you tell me what you want, right, and I'm gonna take that and put that on you. You know what I'm saying? Versus me, this is my style. You know, I meet a lot of people who be stuck on their style, and a lot of people won't deal with them, not because they're not great artists, but they just have such a style to their work that, you know, most people don't want that. They like it, but they don't want that on them for the rest of their life. So it just being far enough away to hear the critique of people and then see the downfall, or not so much the downfall, just the pros and cons of being an artist in the industry. So
gotcha.
That's how that works.
So, brother, I respect your business acumen.
Mm-hmm.
So, brothers, you having your own tattoo shop, what were some of the pros and the cons of you having the shop? What are some great lessons you learned along the way? And how have you been able to being so successful to this day?
All right, pros and cons. I say pros and cons. First of all, having a studio it's a good accomplishment. I enjoyed having a studio for as long as I have. Some of the things I've learned though is communication with people. Yeah. Like I'm kind of militant, you know what I'm saying, because I don't deal with excuses, right? Mm-hmm. So while you don't deal with excuses for yourself, it becomes harder to accept them from other people. Yeah, especially people that work under you or work with you. And you're always trying to, you know, push them and guide them into a mindset of no excuses. But they don't see it as no excuses. All they see is you complaining or you pushing or you being difficult. You know what I'm saying? But I really just wanted to push everybody to their full potential. Mm-hmm. But being successful like that, man, like I get up. I treat my business the same way I did when I worked for people. I worked for Walmart. I worked at Home Depot. I worked at Lowe's, worked for Horseshoe, you know what I'm saying? And I always respected it to get up and be there on time, you know what I'm saying? Most of the time. Wait. But, you know, to be on time and be present. So when I started, you know, clocking in for myself, I gave it the same thing. Even in tattooing before I had my own studio, anybody that I work with, you know what I'm saying, I was at those people's studios probably before them, you know what I'm saying? I'm the first one there, last one to leave type situation. Yeah. So I wasn't one of the people you had to try to coerce into success. Like I already saw the formula of it. Even before I knew it was the formula, all I knew is to respect it. You know what I'm saying? So respecting it brought that process in. Anybody that's even thinking about doing their own thing, if you don't have that kind of respect for what you're doing, even as far as a company or somebody else, if you don't respect it like that, don't even think about, you know, trying to start your own anything. It's not gonna work because you won't. Yeah. So, you know.
Definitely basic principles right there.
Yeah. Gotta have that.
Man. Yeah. Bro, I gotta ask this question.
Go ahead.
I gotta ask this question. So, running a business in this particular area, what made you stand out and be so successful? And what made your brand so strong? Like, what did you particularly do on making your brand strong?
To answer that lightly.
No, give me the heavyweight. Give me the heavyweight, man. We gotta hit them gems.
With you, man. Like I really just hit the ground running, and again going back to that respect, man. I had so much respect for how business was supposed to be ran, right? That I made sure I crossed every T and dotted every I. And here's another thing: no knock to anybody that's in business, man. When you really start doing business, you find out how many people aren't.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like you show up for school, like, and we're gonna give you school reference. You show up for school, you creased up, you know, you're ready, and everybody else fell out the bed like we at school today. You looking like, man, what's up? I thought we was, you know, you ever came to a party and you overdressed? Yep. Like, that's how I felt when I got in business. I felt like I was too laid out, you know, trying to be to the letter, and everybody else like, yeah, all right, yeah, okay, cool.
Freestyling almost like.
Yeah. So I'm like, you know. That's one of the things, man. I crossed every T, dotted every I, and started, you know, I hit the ground running, man. Like I was trying to, man, I had pink slips at my first studio. We had disciplinary slips, you know, with the yellow, the white, yellow, and red pink copy. Oh man, we was official, and it's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like I got this respectful, but other people don't. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I had to dial it back, just to try and get along with people and try to be more of a social, I'm more like a socially comfortable place, because it's like, man, I'm running a business, and people wanted the studio to be this hangout spot, and I'm like, that ain't, you know, I love people, man, but I don't like what come with it. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So, you know, and a lot of places around town have seen the effects of that. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to have this place that's known, it's comfortable, everybody like to be there, man. But you know what come with people is their problems.
True.
So I like to keep it pimping. You know, like, hey, all right, you good? What you getting? All right, bye. You got an appointment? Oh, you know, bye. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it straight business, man. Like everybody like Red Barn. Ain't a big crowd finna be at Red Barn just hanging.
Not just chilling.
No, we need to do business. Y'all need some more to drink, like, you know, like business. And if it ain't business, man, y'all be careful.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cause you definitely set yourself up if you're not on point on that.
Yes, indeed.
Cause it can tear you down
quick.
In the past.
And then just speaking on this area, man, we so cliquish. This city is so cliquish, bro. Like it's I don't know, man. And again, we spoke about it earlier. I don't know what kind of animal the city we out here dealing with. You know what I'm saying, as far as business, but it's cliquish. But yeah,
it's rough. But I can tell you, if you can make it here,
you can make it anywhere. I finished that statement for you.
But hey, but if you do one thing about Shreveport, a lot of people don't even give it the credit to. If you do put out a good product, put out a good service, people will rock with you.
Oh yeah.
To the fullest.
No doubt. I mean, come on, my shop name is Shreveport Ink. So
yeah,
you're right about that, man. You're right about that.
You know, bro, I don't have any ink. I think you're gonna have to bless my game.
Yeah. What you got in mind?
I think my first piece will probably be my grandparents.
That's what's up. I got you.
Yeah,
they still with us, right?
Nah, they gone. They gone to glory.
That's what's up.
But it's all good.
Yeah, we definitely do something, you know, pay tribute to them.
I ain't scared of the need. I just ain't. You know, I ain't never.
It sounds like you trying to convince yourself. It's okay though.
I ain't
scared of the needle.
I ain't scared of it, but you know, I just never did. You know what I'm saying? I just never just went to and get, you know what I'm saying, get tatted up.
Probably, you know what I'm saying, you probably never saw nothing serious enough to have tattooed on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know,
then I'm
take
dark.
your time with it. It's gonna, man, unless you match that shirt, you're not dark, bro.
Oh yeah, well I ain't that black then.
Exactly. We got ink gonna make it show up. Don't worry about that. We're gonna make it work.
So, bro, let's check it. So, during your tenure, I don't call losses. I call them lessons.
Indeed.
What's some of the biggest lessons that you went through in this tattoo industry? Whether it was business deals, something that just went left, and you was like, bro, but I learned an amazing lesson from this.
The biggest lesson I learned, and it may sound simple, is that I don't deal with people as if they me anymore.
Break that down.
So most of the anger or frustration I felt with people is for them not being or having not having my mind or not having my outlook or not having my, you know, my type of honesty or my type of, you know, realness. You know what I'm saying? Like that just drove me up a wall. Like, why would you be here and be fake when I already showed you I was 100? Like, don't, you know.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the things I went through was just looking at people through that lens. Like, they just like me, they not. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So my biggest lesson was to respect people for who they are. Let them show you who they are and then respect them for it. I used to hate people, not so much for them, right? I hated that they wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I give you the shirt off my back. You feel me? If we rocking, like, whatever you need, bro, I'm here. I got you. And, you know, they weren't, but I learned a lot, man, emotionally, spiritually. You got to look at it, man. When God make you the loaner, you can't be mad about not being the borrower.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And he always had me in a position to help and to loan and be that person. Yep. And it's like, I'd be mad when people wouldn't do that for me, but it's like I'm literally asking God to put me in a position to borrow. You get what I'm saying? So I had to grow out of that. You know what I'm saying?
That's deep.
Yeah. So I really had to do a lot of maturing. A lot of forgiving, you know what I'm saying, to myself and people. You know, just let stuff be what it is, because it's like if you see somebody that you had an issue with years ago, right? But you learn better. You learn different. When you see that person, we don't even have an issue no more. You know what I'm saying? You got to let them know, hey, no issue, man. How you doing, man? How your mama doing? Everybody good? You know, you got to let people out of that prison that you got them in or had them in from that old mindset. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm free, you know, and I had to let them free. Everybody free, you know. Let's get it,
man.
So,
I feel you on that, bro, because I dealt with that too. Yeah, especially having a big heart.
Yes,
helping. Yes, and then sometimes you can have a vision, but you just want everybody around to ride to where, because it works, it's successful. I don't mind being I don't mind being the workhorse.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody got to do it.
Yeah.
But then it come with the backsliding, the being envy, pocket watching,
Yeah.
the whole nine. Yeah, we might have made 3,000, but we spent out
2,700.
almost all of it just to get to that particular point.
Yeah.
And everybody be like this.
Yeah.
Like, bro,
Yeah. We ain't there yet.
not yet.
We ain't there yet. Yeah.
Have you dealt with that?
Man, honestly, yeah. I've dealt with that on a few ventures, but man, one of my best friends, man, was a cat named Quentin White, and this dude here, bro, like from day one, he was there. Like I'm talking about, me, him, man. I gotta even say, my wife now was my girlfriend then, but his wife now was his girlfriend. We literally making sandwiches in the shop, bro. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, I remember when you know, we was getting it open, bro, painting till we fell asleep, like putting flow tile down. You know what I'm saying? A cat had ran off with some money when I was trying to do the first shop.
Oh,
Yeah.
ran out with some bread?
Yeah, a cat that I paid to put the shop together. I gave him the money. He said he needed XYZ to go do the shop. I paid him the money. Cuz gone. We ain't see Cuz no more. You know what I'm saying? Like literally. So, you know, yeah. We took people that never was carpenters, never was flooring people or painting people, man. We just got it together, and that's the same team I rock with to this day. You know what I'm saying? It don't really go no further outside of that circle. You know what I'm saying? But I look at it like now I can look at it and say, if that never happened that way, they could have never stepped up and been those people in those moments. You know what I'm saying? So I just take the, like I said, we said earlier, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I take it all. You know what I'm saying? So
bro, I was strolling on Instagram, just looking, and my guy, I seen on his page, Ian Dunlap. He's want to teach me about trading futures and all that good stuff. But he posted a video about, matter of fact, it was Shannon Sharp was talking. He had reposted it. And
skip.
Yeah. So what they were
shout
talking
out to
about.
Shannon Sharp, by the way.
Yeah. What up, Shannon? Sacrifices.
Yeah.
With you being successful, what type of sacrifice that you had to give up to be great?
All my 20s. No, but just being honest, man, like a lot. And all the hustlers out there, find balance early. Like I literally came home, bro. It's like, it feel like an episode in my mind, right? But I came home and my son was like walking. And I'm like, oh, missed it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And things happening so fast. I'm like, man, you know, okay, I got so much going on, and this is personal, but I'm gonna share it as a cautionary tale to every other man that's just trying to find his way, right? My son was, you know, we was on the street, man. I was cleaning my car or something. My son, kids was riding bikes. I told my son, "Where your bike at? Go get on your bike, boy." And he kind of, you know, shied away from it, didn't want to do it. Got on and kind of kicked a little bit down the street. And I said, "Man, what you doing?" Hey, boy, hey, no lie, because, you know, I had to work through my toxicity. I said, "Boy, ride your fucking bike."
Yeah.
And he didn't know how to ride it. He's 10 years old. I had never taught him. I had been that consumed with myself and my business. I never took that time out.
Yeah.
And but when I tell you, that still hurt me to this day, that I was that consumed with providing and having and just running up the numbers, right?
Yeah.
That I wasn't being the father that I call myself. And if you do the math, that's 4-5 years ago. I literally have been in a different mode since then. So I sacrificed a lot. You know what I'm saying? I sacrificed a whole bunch of events, whole bunch of pivotal times in my kids' lives, man, pursuing stuff when I didn't even have to. I think a better question is, what is the right sacrifice? Like, what is the right thing to sacrifice?
That's a good one.
You know what I'm saying? And then, like, you got to ask yourself, are you sacrificing the wrong things? You know what I'm saying? I was set up wrong. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people wouldn't admit that. But there's no way I could talk about being right, without realizing where I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I was set up wrong. I was go, and I didn't have to be that way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I feel you though, cause like I'll be honest, when I first seen it, I was like, man, you do got to make a lot of sacrifices.
you do.
Like especially when you own something.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if any problem go down that Shreveport Inc., you the last stop.
Yeah. Oh man, listen. They got me to the shop one year. Shout out to everybody that was involved with that prank. They got me to the shop one year, man, by telling me the hot water heater had bust.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, fuck. Like I'm just literally like, and my wife then, well, my wife now, she's sitting there, she just frantically like, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay. I said, man, no, I had a whole meltdown, whole episode at home because I'm like, it's always something. I'm tired. And I get to the shop. I'm tearing down the highway to get to the shop. I'm picturing water everywhere. I'm picturing this lady.
The
floors.
worst case
scenario.
scenario.
Lady next door got a salon. She got wood floors in there. Why is wood floors in the salon? I don't know, but they there. And I know that the water gonna damage it. I get there, man. It was all the rules for a birthday surprise.
What a surprise.
Man, let me tell you something. It took me 45 minutes to calm down to even be happy. So, you know, but yeah, man, just when you look at that sacrifice, man, you have to make sure that you're sacrificing in the right way. You know what I'm saying? And prioritize a whole lot better because I didn't.
Man, you really put me on some game because, like, I had to sacrifice time, but I got to the point now to I really be like, okay, I got to cut off time.
That's it.
Like,
you have to, man. You have to.
Because we definitely be go-getter. We got to go get it. We got to hustle. We got to get the pesos. But now I got to really have a cutoff time.
Yeah, to really have a life with your children, man. I look at my kids like I love my kids, bro, like with all of me. You know what I'm saying? And then I look at how they gravitate toward their mom. Not because mama loved them more than daddy do. Mama showed them more than daddy did. You know what I'm saying? Mama spent more time than daddy did. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I had to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, man, I'm making every day a better day. I'm making every day a better relationship with my children. You know what I'm saying? So the money gonna be there. Like, made a lot of money, but I traded all to have a relationship and the bond that I want with my children. You know what I'm saying? So sorry, I didn't mean to go so deep right there.
Man, that's real. I mean, we all deal with that, especially being where we from, where we at. Like,
I mean, you constantly chasing that ghost of you're not gonna make it, or you chasing that ghost away. You know what I'm saying? Or you're not gonna be successful. I'm from Stony Hill, bro. Like, it's people from over there. Shout out to everybody in Stony Hill, but it's people from over there still in the same spot. You know what I'm saying? And they comfortable with it. It's fine. I ain't mad because they ain't mad, right? But that's not what I want my life to be. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, you got this dark shadow of not succeeding. It's just following you around. You know what I'm saying? So I had to just get past a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah.
I know we tapped in on the tattoo side, but you a businessman.
Yes.
You wear multiple hats. What other avenue that you tap into where, you know, you see nice returns and just diversify your portfolio?
I'll be honest with you, I'm not even where I want to be at yet, but real estate, you know what I'm saying? Rent houses, buying and flipping properties, that's definitely something that I'm into now. It's a lot of money to be made in that, a lot of wealth in that, by the way. Sometimes we look at money like it's a flash in the pan thing, but like real estate is real wealth. Like owning stuff is real wealth. Yep. And not enough of us are even, you know, buying into the idea of it. Like, I wish I was younger, right? So I can get 4 or 5 of my homies to get the right mindset that let's go buy the block. You know, so let's go buy the neighborhood up. You know, people that loan you $50,000 on a car won't loan you $50,000 cash. Let's make the bank give us $50,000 cash to own 5 and 6 and 7, 8, 9, 10 properties amongst us, right? You know what I'm saying? But it's like having people with the right mindset to do that at that age. It's not promoted in our culture, right? And the thing about it is in other cultures.
True.
Right? It is promoted in other cultures. It's promoted in other avenues of as far as social promotion and stuff. Things going on in other people's culture that we're not doing in our culture. Everything in our culture is look what I got and look what you don't got. Look what you don't have. Look what I have. You know what I'm saying? It's like that ain't hitting no shit. You know what I'm saying? You look at rap, man. Rap push us to be competitive
all right? Day, every day.
So it's like, you know, not to the rappers, bro, but it's like at the end of the day, you look at that music, man. From music, TV, everything pushes us to be competitive, right? Which is also what plays a part in people not buying 100% into the we gonna do this thing. True. Right? They think you trying to get a leg up on them, so they're gonna hurt them get a leg up on you. We can't really come together and have nothing because we both against each other. And I wish I would have unsubscribed from a lot of that thinking earlier to be able to, you know, make some real wealth decisions. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, real estate, ride share. You know, we got a car rental service going on. Trucking, doing a lot of transport, you know what I'm saying, and tattooing. I got an event spot, you know, we rent out, you know what I'm saying. Event rentals, JQ3 event rentals. And again, just still a lot of hats, man, but I want to be behind the scenes. I don't want to be the face of nothing no more. I just want to be, you know, want to be the person that we cut checks with, you know what I'm saying?
You put your leg work in already.
Yeah, I'm off that, man. But no knock to everybody that's still making their journey, man. Just make sure y'all making the right steps, because you can get lost easy. You know what I'm saying? You can get lost in plain sight.
Yeah.
So,
especially not having a plan.
That's it. You gotta have a plan. And when you make a plan, go over that plan. You know what I'm saying? And you can share that plan with people that care about you, so they can give you different perspectives of your plan that you couldn't even put into your thought process because you couldn't see it from that perspective. You only have one perspective in life, and that's yours. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta seek counsel on what you're doing.
True. Now, before we get out of here, bro,
go ahead.
You gotta make predictions. Within the next 5 to 10 years, where do you see yourself and all your companies?
Man, very productive, very successful, and running without me. So that's what I'm predicting.
You think you ever gonna retire from doing tattoos?
I think I'm gonna retire from the production side of it, like just, you know, some walk in on some, you know, man, I'm gonna hit him up right now with a tattoo. Nah, we're not gonna. You're gonna make an appointment and stuff like that. I don't think I'll ever put it down, but I welcome the day I don't rely on it at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's almost like dealing with people. Like, I only want to work with people that want to work with me now.
True. Like,
I don't want to work with nobody that have to work with me. It's a different outcome with people that have to do stuff versus people that want to do stuff. So
different
I don't want
energy.
people that want to do it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's really gonna be successful. People that want to do it, it's nothing but success gonna come out of that. When you have people that rely on it and have to do it, it's a different kind of animal, bro.
Yeah.
So
almost like you in survival mode.
Yeah. Right. Like, and don't get me wrong, some good stories that came from being in survival mode, but like them A1 products, man, it come from people that want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people getting paid now for what they wanted to do 8 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, we live in a time now when you say stuff like, you know, common sense stuff, people feel like you speaking scripture. You know what I'm saying? I said the other day to some people, hey, man, a 5-year plan won't work out tomorrow. They looked at me like, oh, man, that's deep, man. No, it's common sense.
Yeah.
But if you keep thinking like that, you give up the next day when you made a 5-year plan, man. You just keep going, bro. But I could talk all day, bro. Like, for real.
Yeah, so, you got to break it down because you're really schooling. You're really giving a lot of game, man.
And the thing is, bro, I'm going to be honest with you. I share it all with anybody. I share it all with the world, man. But the thing is, I pray people be able to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Understand it. You know, it's different when you just saying something or you spitting at somebody, like, different information. But, like, I pray people receive what be said, because I would love people to never go through what I went through. That's how bad it was. You know what I'm saying? The emotional parts of it, the learning hitting your head, it was horrible, bro. Like, be honest with you. So if I can keep somebody from even being in that situation, you know what I'm saying?
Did that put you in a dark place when you was going through that?
Oh, yeah.
And how did you deal with it?
Man, to be honest with you, man, I know you hear this cliche phrase all the time, man, but just, you know what I'm saying, it's by the grace of God, bro. Like, having a wife that loved me, you know what I'm saying, and really was patient with me. I can see it now. She was more patient than anything. But just dealing with, you know, because when you do stuff from your heart, right, like, you allow yourself, like, you allow the opportunity to be hurt.
Yeah.
And that's really what it was. I was hurt by a lot of people, a lot of situations, you know what I'm saying? Because I was moving from my heart and not from my mind, not from a business decision. It was more like, you know, I love you, you know what I'm saying? Especially people that even bought into the idea of me, right? I got an automatic love for you because you got faith in me and I ain't got faith in myself. Let's go get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was just a lot of stuff like that, man. But it is what it is. I learned now, you know what I'm saying? You know better, you do better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, you dropped some A1 game today.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. I can go into a lot of stuff, man. It's gonna be the next episode, maybe. But
Yeah,
you know
we're gonna bring back another part 2, part 3,
sir,
part 4.
sir. Look forward to it.
So before we get out of here, tell the people how they can follow your journey, how they can keep
Oh
up
man,
with you.
Instagram at Tattoo Brandon. That's TAT 2 Brandon. You can follow me on Facebook, Brandon Jones. You'll see the big head. You know who it's me when you see it. That's pretty much it, man. I got a few .coms that's still in the works, but knbproperties.com. Look out for that. You know what I'm saying? Doing big things.
Gotta let them know,
Yeah.
man. We on the podcast.
Indeed, man.
You know, we be humble, we be laid back, but sometimes we gotta let them know.
Yeah, you know what, man? I'm getting to the point where I want to live my life like I'm in the middle of a private car drive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you be in the car, you know, the music. I'm ready to get to that part. You know what I'm saying? But I be trying to be humble. I ain't gonna say I try to be humble. I'm a humble person. You know what I'm saying? So I be trying to, you know, just be calm, cool, collected. But man, I'm appreciative. You know what I'm saying? Of these 38 years. You know what I'm saying? God done blessed me with. You know what I'm saying? So
you did a lot.
Yeah. I have. Don't remind me.
Yeah. You done put a state. You a staple in the community though, bro.
Oh wow.
Like, you know, cause you older than me, but when I came up, I always heard about Shreveport Inc.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't get tattooed, but Shreveport Inc. was one of the spots.
Yeah, I'm actually working on my last studio in this city. It's gonna be very nice, man. Very nice. Yeah.
Give us a little quick little picture.
Man, you know, I'm gonna keep it home. It's gonna be on Mansfield Road. It's a new location. I'll be owning that location, so there'll be no moving anymore. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
I'll be renting it out when I'm done with it. But you know, buying a building, man, and you know, it's gonna be nice.
Yeah,
it's gonna be nice, man.
I gotta go and put in my appointment, get my tat.
Indeed,
I'm do it. I'm on wax right now talking about. So the next time I'm gonna go ahead and.
You just told your age, then you say you on wax. You heard that? Hey. You on wax.
Hey, I ain't mad that they can know my age.
You're on the cloud. I got you.
Man. But, hey, I just think the Freedom Podcast, yours truly, Darius Spells in the building with you today. My brother Brandon bless you. Make sure you follow him. Keep it locked. Like this video. Subscribe to the channel. And we're going to keep it rolling like this, man. Give you nothing but game, nothing but value, information. We live in Music Master Studios. You dig me?
Yeah.
Till next time. We'll holler.